Here we go. Let's go for the first Nomad Cup cast of the day. Nomad, always the first map. The players have to go random sibs, which can vote for some surprises. But for a second game, whoever loses this match will get to pick the map for the next game, and the sibs have to be reversed. So for game two, Asparkot will be playing either Magyars or Burmese, and same with his teammate here. I will be speeding it up a little bit since it's Nomad, but let's just have a rough idea of what they're up to here. We have Asparkot with the Italians in the yellow. His teammate Verlier nicht. I can't even read the whole thingy, but Verlier nicht something. In the red, they're both DCing on the nice woodland with gold right next to it as well. That's fantastic in terms of being able to contest water in the early field age, for example, where you need gold access to produce your ships, or yeah, later on as well if you need a secure gold source for knights or archers or whatever. German pronunciation, yeah, exactly. And then for the other team, we have Horton with the blue color here playing as the Magyars, and Gesicht, whatever that might mean, as the Burmese. I'm not loving this TC spot. There's something about. It's fine. This is okay if you are able to control water, but if you lose the water control, you're in trouble here. If you're Kha'Zix, it's a few tiles up to the woodline, which is also not so nice. But getting the dock near the TC, I guess that's not the worst idea ever, because if you get attacked on the water here, you could garrison the TC and damage enemy ships. But the placement is very suboptimal because this is perfect. This is reachable even by fiery galleys. So if you lose water control here, your Kha'Zix might risk losing the town center to water ships from water. Let's speed things up a bit and see what the feudal age brings us. There's usually not too much going on in Nomad in the feudal age, dark age. I mean, feudal age. That's where you start contesting water and those kinds of things. So let's just have a look at their scouting. You'll see players using cows, or in this case, yeah, sheep or cows for scouting. Horton quite nicely in the middle here, but also kind of close to both red and yellow here. While Kha'Zix is set up nicely to get more of a free boom to the side here if Horton keeps both of them busy. Verlier nicht gern. Yeah. So please don't lose, I guess. That means, from my very basic understanding of German. Not much happens in Dark Age unless you steal a boar from a druid to an opponent's townships. Yeah, we have a boar stealing expert in the chat here. Liking to do that. Italians with the barracks here. Could be an indication of some feudal age scouts aggression here. I see the docks in the waters. Okay, there's the feudal age for red. Hold on, we need to slow down everything now. So what red needs to do now, Verlier nicht gern. We'll need to contest water. It's 2 docks up and making the fire galleys. Great. Let's see for the scouting. What you usually see players do on naval maps when they're closing in on feudal age is send 1 fishing ship to scout the shoreline, because if you scout the enemy's investment on water here, you'll see that there's a large amount of fish here for Kha'Zix. So if you commit enough naval attention to take these out, Kha'Zix is going to struggle big time for food. On the other hand, if Kha'Zix had 3 fish and Horton had 5 fish, right, then you barely need any fire galleys to take them out. Just to 2 or 3 fire galleys, and then you win water or severely set them back. But now, looking at the situation, Verlichtnickern is going to invest on water here, which has 2 fire galleys out already before Horton and Kha'Zix are even up to the feudal age here. So that's huge. That's going to be able to cause some big damage. Unfortunately, since Verlichtnickern didn't scout the sides here, or Asparkot for that matter, they don't know that this is where they really need to hit. There are 11 fish and ships here to be taken out, and that's just going to be a devastating blow to Q6, who's mainly only relying on fish for food eco here. We'll have to say, though, that since the players are going random civ, you risk getting a civilization you've never played before, right? So we'll give the players that as well. That it's not always as easy to know what to do. Aspak got probably familiar with Italians, being a seasoned Nomad player, and knowing that Italians have cheaper fish. So surprisingly few fish from Italians here. Considering that Italians fish are cheaper. Fire galleys are out. Spanish fire galleys. Nice repair marker from Wharton there, but not enough to save the ship and the villager. She might actually go down here. Nah, she's fine. She lives. The naval numbers here are going to be an issue though. We see Aspak with the Italians, not going for the scouts as I initially thought, but double range archers, which is a viable call since Aspak knows the easy location of Horton and should be able to get some damage in over the woodlands and walls, if any here. We see Ferlicht with some scouts as well. 5 scouts total. This could be a short game, given the aggression on what should we say, both sides here for Resign105. They're committing heavily to the village, but they're kind of winning both water and land now. Even some scouts archers coordination here, by the looks of it, which should really set Horton back here. What's a bad seed for Nomad? Burmese, you mean? Nice defensive tower there from Horton, really limiting any entry for the archers here. Wish it would reach the goal. That's probably going to be more of an issue than the woodlines here already covered by the town center. But it certainly keeps the aggression out. Yeah, hunts are bad seed for Nomad, but they're fun if you can actually get them to, what should I say, get them to work. Magyar Spearmen added here to poke down some scouts. Magyars do get +1 attack instantly. They get forging or melee attack upgrades instantly, reaching the next stage. Nicht gern though is found the orange docks here. Surprisingly not contesting this. This is so much food eco. Ticking in for Q6 here, and who is now dropping a stable market, not blacksmith stable. Blacksmith stable, there's the market. That's probably to adjust them and to be able to go up to. Yeah, we should see that. Oh, cancel those villagers and go Castle H. ASAP, please. Please. Anyway, yeah. Burmese should be going up. Still better than Chinese. Yeah, Chinese really. They used to be top tier Nomad with their 3 extra villagers. Now they're just decent. So Q6 has some fire galleys out. Surprisingly enough, outnumbering Vernichtet Gern at this point. We have 3 players on the way to the Castle Age. That goes for the Burmese player and the Italians and Spanish here. Spanish will probably want to get the castle up, as we see here from the stone investment from Verlichtigern. So we're going to see conquistadors dominating the field here, possibly. And there's just 1 fire galley here, but that might just be enough because all of Q6's fire galleys are over on the other side here. So this is going to be a rough one for Q6 to handle unless he makes galleys here. Has the galleys reaction? Need to react! Otherwise all the fish will go down here. Well, it's only 1 fire galley though, so still gonna take a while for Aspak to take these out. Why aren't the fire galleys helping here though? There's probably other things going on. Horton cleaning up a red fire galley over here. Let's have a look at the Eco KD, where Burmese and Magyars have lost eco units. That goes for fish or villagers, whereas Verlichtigern has 5 kills, so that's I'm guessing that's mainly fish then, or maybe it doesn't count here. Eco KD for Aspak, maybe fish and ships don't count. Let's see. Oh, they do, definitely do. Seriously though, there were fire galleys over here to contest this, and ooh, now the TC placement is paying off actually, as discussed earlier. At least you can garrison the TC and shoot down enemy ships, but generally speaking, never place your TC this close to the water because Castle Age onwards, especially, the naval units will easily take it out and harass your economy around it. So, Horton, with some fire galleys here, we have Verlicht nicht gern with the fire ships, but not nearly enough here to handle it. So, somehow, Houst are doing decent at winning water here, something they really should be able to given the fuel age advantage that Resign105 had. But then again, Resign105, they did commit to land aggression as well, and has had some success with that, of course. Eco situation quite similar, but Houst overall slightly more villagers. Not sure what these crossbows are up to. Alright, so Gesicht with the fire ship in now as well. I think Resign105 needs to abandon water now, but look at this castle drop. That's that's ambitious, but there's not really any significant military for Horton on land to deal with this actually. So surprisingly enough, this one might actually go up for Verlichtigan. And for now, Horton doesn't see it. There will be some, even with Spanish builders, you really need some houses here to stop villagers from fighting or army units. Oh, place some quick walls. They're Spanish builders, not Sicilians castle builders. Horton doing the right thing here, committing a lot of the economy, the villagers, to stop this castle from going up, but Horton can't afford this castle to go up. That's going to deny access to precious gold and stone here. Looks like it will eventually complete here, and in the meantime we have Asbakot pushing with a mangonel down here as well. Map control-wise is really good spot for Resign105 here, because they have all of the left side to expand to. Cast goes up, and a second mangonel pops out as well, and military is becoming an issue here. We'll be seeing conquistadors popping out to raid the economies around here as well. Looks like Orange has plans of some castle here as well, mixing some cavalry units in here with elephant and knight, and yeah, mainly elephants here. But here we see that issue again with Asbakbot able to use fire ships from the water to harass the TC area, at the very least render it completely, render all of these builders idle due to Q6 wanting to clean up the aggression, of course. Verlicht nicht gern has made some more fire ships on water as well, so Resign105 has successfully reclaimed water and could start fishing safely again. They'd want to contest the fish of Horton, because this is not an insignificant amount of food for Magyars who want to play the cavalry line most likely here. Oh, this is dangerous. One defensive mangonel here from Horton, and all these three could go down in one shot. $38 military to 15 now. Military becoming a huge issue here. Still some naval fighting going on, I think. Houst will have to focus on land at this point. They have a decent villager count still, and we see Kysicht here, the orange player, expanding from the very corner here. But Horton definitely struggling a bit here. Nice mangonel defense though, getting 2 mangonels there of the Italians player. Conquistadors are out as well. We have 6 of them total. Probably no... or do they have... do they have any... Yeah, maybe they have husbandry and bloodlines. Since the stable is here for Verlicht nicht gern. Horton chasing with a mangonel here, but with the hit and run potential of Conquistador is just so annoying on Nomad. Spanish surprisingly good for Nomad for these reasons, that they could use the mobility of the Conquistadors just to run around and raid like crazy. Even Knights don't really help here because they can't catch up. The Conquistadors can just hit and run. And UTC is up for Horton and another one going up on stone as well, suggesting planning of a defensive castle here. But now look at all the buildings near the shoreline for K60 here. That's something you typically want to avoid, because yeah, then this happens if you lose water. Spanish vs Burmese, battle of the obnoxious mounted archery units. Yeah, you could throw Mangodai and Kipchak in there as well, in my opinion. But yeah. Full mangonel defense for Horton here, and I like that because that means that the almost 30 crossbows of Asbach got can't really comfortably engage here. Asbach, no, don't. Okay, sends the battering ram in front, I guess, because the mangonels need to deal with that, but that was scary for a moment there. One mangonel added, it's 1 versus 4 though. Oh! That's a money shot right there. Taking out 5 or something Conquistadors there with the 4 mangonels. Nice. Conquistadors abusing the minimum range of the mangonels here for now, though. But there goes another 2, and Verlicht nicht gern is left with only 1 Conquistador for the time being. I'm guessing there might be stone enough for another castle soon for Verlicht nicht gern, though, and that should maybe go on the expansion of blue and orange here. Yeah, Knight's not really an issue here, especially lacking all of the armor upgrades for Horton. When you know there are masked archers on the field, you definitely want to rush it or get +2 defense for your knights before engaging, otherwise you don't stand a chance. You'll be 1 or 2 shot by a large enough mass of crossbows. Asbach taking chances here, but nice dodge there, dodging the last remaining mangonel of Horton. Another Burmese TC here. Not really providing anything else than protection here, I guess. Farming TC maybe. Some barracks going up. Not sure if I understand the barracks here, if it's for halberdiers or a swordsman line units. Neither is going to work against mass crossbows unless you're Malians, so that's a bit confusing. Oh! Okay, that was surprisingly few units lost for Asbach got there to 2 mangonels firing right in the middle of the group. Adding some knights here as well. Italians knights with literally no upgrades, but still enough to deal with mangonels, of course. Ooh, we've had some conversions here as well. Spanish battle elephants on the field, and conquistador numbers increasing a bit again. Indeed. So K60 is adding rams here. Has to be either to distract Archer's fire or to try and take out this one and only castle of the Spanish player. Surprised by Verlier nicht. Isn't dropping another castle somewhere. We have Horton re-establishing some presence in the north as well. Overall military situation very much in favor of Resign105 though. Let's look at the numbers here, 62 to 7. That army tab there is almost full yellow. And as a bonus, we have some fire ships on the sea here to take out the dock and maybe even the town center eventually. Asbach making use of these upgraded Italian knights to raid a little bit on K6's side as well, and the score looking less than uplifting here. Now adding a castle as well, and Italians with the Genoese crossbows will easily deal with any Magyar cavalry on the field, which means that eventually Horton will need to go into something else. Good mangonel micro though. Oh, never mind, 1 for 1, but still absolutely decent to take out from Manganol there. The population and military situation is definitely in favor of Resign 105 though. And we have the Imperial Age on the way for the Spanish player as well, which means that the castle, soon to be castles, will be able to produce trebs as well. Wait, what's... That's a Spanish castle, isn't it? Why can't I see the foundation? Yeah, maybe cancel it. Oh, did they buff Genoese crossbows? Yeah. Genoese crossbowmen should be good versus both Hussars and Cavalry, so that couldn't have ended well for you. Up goes the castle. Vernichtigern isn't messing around here, committing probably like 20 villagers here to get this one up. 18. And then 2 city villagers. Oh, tell me he's gonna get... Did he get supremacy already? No, I didn't. Okay. That's just villagers, bonus attack against rams playing in there. I would love to see supremacy at this point with the lead that Resign105 has. And he can't get supremacy, I guess, because I think that might be an Imperial Age tech. 68 military to 9 though, and Housed holding on here. I thought it was already Imp. But this is really not going Housed's way. And they'll be looking at a return match for their home map, most likely, or their map of choice. With the reverse save, so they'll get to play Italian-Spanish for what is... could actually be a naval map, because Italians are great for water maps, and Berbice and Magyars aren't really famous for their water... Ooh. 3 manual shots for their water strengths. Out come the Trebs. And Horton and Kazist seriously losing ground here. Horton has managed to get the castle up on Vernichtigern's gold. So that's going to be some villagers down, but overall the villager count is almost 60 ahead from Resign105 here. So all in all, not going to do too much. $15 conquistadors, Genoese crossbowmen in the making. Where are the yellow crossbows? They're here, falling victim to mangonel shots. Horton has got some serious value out of the mangonels this game. Let's see the KD here. Great KD for Vernichtigern, but Horton... Wait, that's eco. Let's see standard KD. Here we go, 98 to 76. I guess Asbakot is making the switch to Genoese crossbowmen anyway, because of the cavalry investment of Horton. Conquistadors moving around now, might be finding some stone to raid here. Horton desperate for stone for more defensive castles here. Could, of course, reclaim some gold here by relocating, but the overall villager situation is... Eco and military situation is not in favor of Housed here. Yeah, 60, 70 or so villagers behind, and also behind the military. Never a good spot to be in, because you're losing ground to siege units and ranged units here in this case, with mass conquistadors and trebs being added by both players, with units to protect, of course. House is cramped up in the corner and failing to expand. I guess they could, in theory, transport around here and relocate all the resources over here, but that's easier said than done. With the mobility of conquistadors on the field. So nice dodge there by Aspakot, who now has the Arbalists. And surprisingly isn't queuing Genoese Crossbowmen here. Only one castle to produce, so that might be the idea here. Horton about to lose another castle and probably will have stone for more castles here, almost at least, but is committing heavily to repairs to keep this one up. Yeah, let's have a look at the Eco KD here. That's pretty significant for Verlier nicht gern here with 66 villagers and fishing ships killed. This is long over, says New Mexico, and he has a point. I'm just waiting around for the 105 taunt here, but that would be kind of BM, so I'm not seeing them doing that. Horton rushes up what's probably going to be the last castle of the game. Not really any army around here to deny that, but who cares? Yeah, we could use the monk actually to delay this. Fighting with villagers. Yeah, using the monk. And yeah, not much to do about that, but that castle doesn't do nearly enough. Committing all of the conquistadors back home with hopes to stop this castle from going up, but that's not going to be the case. Castles in this case not going to do too much for Horton though, because his team is in the Castle Age and Resign105 is in the Imperial Age, means that Resign105 has Trebuchet access and Housed does not. So any castle for Housed will be short-lived here. Elite Skirmishers, of course, a good addition here by Kuzik to deal with the Conquistadors. But that will only encourage the Spanish player to go into Hussars or Cavalier anyway. And with Arbalists and Conquistadors outnumbering the skirmishers. By the way, Burmese skirms, so I take it back. Burmese skirms are probably one of the worst skirmishers in the game. Look at the Arbalists actually one-shotting them. But in theory, it's a good addition against everything on the field here right now. Arbalists and Conquistadors. 105. GG is called. First game goes to Resign105. And it's a best of 3, by the way. It's not a best of 2. Someone probably already told me that. Let's have a quick look at the stats and go to the next game. You can see the army tabs here. Solid unit followed by Aspak got here some dips to the mangonel shots, but otherwise fine. Horton struggling for eco army progression here, being kind of pressured to 2v1 at points. And the KD very, very much on the positive side for Resign105. GG indeed. So a tip for Verlier nicht gern is to scout the shoreline with the efficient ship, maybe on both sides even, or work together with the teammate to find the dock locations of the opponents, so that the first place you should have hit was the Burmese, because that would delay their cast age time even more than this, maybe even their feudal time, taking out those 11 fishing ships early on. So that's an important part of the early game, in my opinion. Let's see what game 2 brings us. So we're going to Houst's home map, and Water Nomad is coming up. Nice. That's a big old messy game. One that Asmakot actually knows. Knows this map from my Nomad 1v1 tourney last year. So he knows what's up here, Mr. Asmakot. We're gonna pass forward again. I'm just gonna have a look at the starting points. I don't know what that flare was about. So you're actually gonna TC the corner. That seems a bit, well, resource-wise, it's not bad at all. But you don't want to cramp yourself up in the corner. It looks like Jonas is Oh, there were more than players, so switch out one player here, actually. Jonas has entered for Water Nomad here. And he's seeing Woodland and Gold here. While Horton and Gesicht like the beauty. They're all going towards the edges here. I'm puzzled. And now we have what's hopefully a temporary lag here. Fix UI. What do you mean? Okay, looks to me like we'll need to reopen Capture H here. Team names, yeah. Capture H eating all of my processing power. It happens. We might be starting at not from the very beginning here, but it doesn't matter too much. I think you'll be fine. New Mexico. Alright. Seems to be flowing decently now. So this is Water Nomad, as you can see in the name down here. Players teasing the corners here. I typically don't like that because you can't escape to the left-hand side, right? There's in their defense, though, there's golds, there's stones across the edge of the map here, so you could easily secure that through walling. If you have a wall up here, there's no demo ship or fire galley that could contest your wood access down here, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I like Horton's TC slightly better because it's at least not very close to the edge here. The same goes for Akkal-AOE with TC on gold and wood here getting loom due to Housedness, probably. You'd think that's Housed's job, and that seems to be the case for Kizix here. Just banking up on these water buffaloes. Spanish Italians for Kizix and Horton, and Jonas and Akkal-AOE with the Burmese Magyars, not your most go-to naval sim, to say the least. Let's speed up a bit, and let's also give Resign105 the 1-0. Alright, so they'll be docking to make use of their starting fishing ships, of course. We should see the populations here. Could have a little look at the idle TC times as well, which can be off-putting. Of course, the TC will go idle from the very beginning, where you're quite housed due to the very start of the game, starting at 13 pop. Or is it 6 villagers and 7 fish or something like that? Yeah, so starting at basically starting pop capped. Oh, we have fuel legend. Let me slow it down again and see what Horton is up to here with his 20 pop up here. Bringing in the fish. Akkal-AOE is scouting as well, so he has some very nice overall insight to the map here. But we have Horton in the fuel age, making fire galley. Now, Water Nomad, that's just begging for demolition ship hits here. Just get one demo hit in on a woodline or whatever. If they're not completely walled, then goodbye to your whole wood eco, worst case. We see Akkal-AOE walling up here. He really doesn't want any hits in on the woodline, which makes sense. And water buffaloes galore here. 30 water buffaloes. Not going to need any rice farms here for the rest of the game, I think. This kind of setup. In the south side, we have Jonas with the Burmese. Also, lots of water buffaloes, of course. Walling off, so he's not going to be hit by any demolition ships or anything here, but will still potentially be vulnerable to ranged fire like the galleys. 3 docks now for Horton, but not really producing out all of them. So if you want to place an additional production building, don't do that until you know you have the wood and gold to keep going for it. Wall's not complete for Akkal-AOE here, so Horton is going to get some nice and early damage in here. Look at the buffaloes fleeing the scene here. Aspak doesn't want to give those away, but Horton still manages to snag a few of them and to snipe some fishing ships here. So there's a few days for Aspak as well at 24 pop. Maybe having lost something here, so all players now in the feud lane, we see Demolition Raft from Gesicht, so we'll have to pay a little bit of attention to Orange's side here as well, but scouting isn't quite revealing any obvious places to hit yet. Yes, hit yet. Random dock out here for Jonas, who's also making demo ships. Yeah, Asbach and Jonas, they're familiar with the power of demolition ships with a map with all hybrid terrain here, and it could be a means to deal with the massed fire galleys of Horton here now, establishing some serious presence in Asbach space here. Scores are deceivingly similar, but the military situation with the earlier feudal ages for Houst is definitely ahead here. 13 military to 1 for Resign105. Dock going up in the back for Asbach, losing a foundation here, most likely. Might even want to consider deleting it, but the woodline is safe-ish for now. There's no sailing right through the TC. Safe for Horton here. I don't know what Jonas is up to here. We're probably not going to see any Arab buy from the Burmese on the water Nomad, to put it that way. And that 11 ton, I'm not too sure about that. Could have been a good demo hit somewhere. Sorry if I missed that. Yeah, solid army lead for Houst here. Resign105, we have Jonas going to the cast stage. But is that going to... What's the eco like for Jonas here? It's not amazing in terms of taking an advantage of the earlier cast stage here. But Jonas also has 6 kills, so that tells me there might have been a good demo hit here. Oh, demo. Where are you going? I've been focusing on the wrong things. Let's see where this guy is going. 2 demos, in fact. Oh, the fish! The fish! Get it! Get him! Damn it! Well, we need to see this. Alright, the saga of the scouting demolition ships. Oh no! It's in! It's in! Woo! Alright, that's good. I think you only got 1 villager, but still. Not bad. So Asbach got almost walled here. 1 tile gap over there, probably broken through by Horton here. Still, the military domination is on Houst's side here. We have 1 player in the cast stage now for Resign105. Is immediately going to War Galley, but it's mainly demolition rafts on the field here. Is that going to be enough to hold off against this? I'm not too sure. Rip Buffalo. Yeah, you're not going to take... Jonas easily off gold here at least, so that's to Jonas' advantage. And keeping those galleys so close. Jonas, just delete your walls and and get. Oh, he's waiting for the demo. Oh! Oh, it's beautiful. It's self-blaming here. It's not. No, it's not. It's because. Oh, that's brilliant. That's. I don't think you can demo water buffaloes. So, because it is keeping the water buffalo in the house foundation of Jonas here, so Jonas actually can't get in here. That's a fantastic block. Oh, I'm gonna need to remember that these guys have played Water Nomad before for sure. Wow. I guess some Water Nomad pickers will take some inspiration here now. So how's the Buffalo situation? They're still over here being milled. And KD 15 to 17 for Horton, so has been losing some units here. 9-8 Eco KD. Asbakot only losing here, not getting any kills in. And we have Castlage on the way for our Spanish player as well now. That's a beautiful demo raft hit there, taking out 2 ships in one. That's just the way you want to do it. More demo shots, that's what I like to see for Water Nomad. I'm not gonna cast this for drunk casting, because if I had to drink for every demolition ship hit, I'd be out long ago. But cheers. See some eco expansion here. We have Jonas as the first player to add more economy here. They're successfully delayed the Magaris player a lot here though with the economy and everything here. 35 villagers for Asbakot, did lose quite a bit. Did manage to kill units as well, but has lost a lot of villagers and ships along the way here. Here comes the blacksmith market, and we'll probably see Asbakot going for the castlage as well. Yeah, it's obvious from the scouting that Haust have been the aggressors here, but now Jonas is looking for revenge here. Demo's looking for some beautiful... But taking a drink for every demo hit on Water Nova is like taking a drink for every vill that gets picked off by a weak scout immediately before that one game. Oh yeah, that game. Yeah, you're right. Can't believe I missed that. Scouts play on 4 legs. Nice demo ship hit there, getting some of the poor animals and some villagers. And suddenly, just like that, Jonas with the Burmese gets a 13 to 1 eco KD. Oh, sorry. Really playing the demos here. Resign105. Getting some value here for sure. But now we have careening for Q6 here. They're falling behind the villagers. Jonas with a massive boom here with 56 villagers. But you'll obviously need military to win games as well. And it's 12 to 7 now. More demos. Let's see. Could be some juicy hits here for Jonas. And somehow they're in the score lead here. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, clean. Almost a cleanup here. Oh! That's some fantastic demo plays by Jonas here. Maybe he's the resident Water Nomad specialist over Resign105. Who knows? Damn. Third TC going up for Q6 here as well. One on stone, wanting to get the castle up. Probably not a bad idea to... If you have a castle with ballistics in a strategic spot here, it's going to be tough for any demo ships to sneak into your economy. Random villager mining some stone over here as well, and some very long distance fishing going on. Yeah, it's just, I'm out of here. I don't want to die. Looks like we've had a demo hit over here again on Asparkot's side. So rip Wilders. What's the Wilder? 19 Wilders lost, 19 eco units. Aspak was still at 30 Wilders, now stacking up on units at least, and has some demos here as well. They're getting back into it kind of here, Resign105, but their eco situation overall still behind housed. Extending a bit further TCs now with the Magyars. Magyars not your go-to pick for Water Nomad, obviously. You'd want some civilizations with Dark Age eco bonus and ability to get up to feudal age early. Although on Water Nomad with the starting fission ships and the food eco boost, most civilizations will still be able to get up quite early. More demolition ships joining the party, and down goes the fire ships. 21 to 17 now, Resign105 with the military lead, and just at 105 villagers there for a little moment. '24, '25, but we have Spanish entering the Imperial Age here. That unlocks the Cannon Galleon once you have chemistry, and Spanish Cannon Galleons have extra range, is it? Extra range or extra... I never remember. They have something for their Cannon Galleons. And if they have heavy demolition ship, that's going to be huge here as well, or even fast fires, depending. There it is. So what's Imperial Age gonna bring here? You could also get the technologies if you have dry dock and these kinds of things to make your ship production faster and cheaper, etc., etc. Not any impressive military for Kuzik for now. Oh, here comes a castle. I really don't see melee units or ranged play like conquistadors coming in useful here, but yeah, we'll see what happens with the Spanish here. Horton hunting for blood here now, chasing Asparkot's fire ships, but losing some villagers in the process. The overall numbers are obviously overwhelming Asparkot here though, so all in all, I guess House are in a good spot here. One player in the Imperial Age with a castle on 2 castles on the way up, in fact. And definitely, of course, lots of early damage done on Resign105 here, with Asparkot still at 46 villagers, even with 3 town centers pumping out units now. Horton has gone into land units as well with the Italians here. Italians Knights again, and actually even with upgrades, +1/+1 for them. Demolition ships again, and Jonas yet again evens out the numbers here. Only 3 fire ships for Kuzik. The Castle Age Imperial Age hasn't really done much for them yet, other than placing a couple of castles, which you could have done in the Castle Age anyway. Certainly fortifying the base and making it very awkward for enemy ships to enter, but you could say that about Asbach got down here as well with the castle to the south side with Porton dropping one to the north. And yeah, obviously going heavy into the naval fast fire ship now for Kuzik. So that was the intention behind the Imperial Age, I guess. Maybe the economy isn't stellar in terms of this could be lacking its own department with not getting those things immediately in the Imperial Age, but Fast Fire Ship is going to work wonders here with Resign105 still stuck in the Castle Age. Jonas could... No, he's missing food, otherwise could go up here. Yeah, they're gonna stay in Castle Age for a while longer. There's really not too much going on right now. But Horton preparing push here, 3 docks, much closer to Aspas's side than earlier. Scores deceivingly similar in Naudas, and thanks to Jonas's demo ships, aggression and whatnot here, and stacking up on them again here with more galleys and demolition ships here now. 110 plus 0 attack. Outnumbering Gesicht by far here, so I'm not sure how much the fast fire ships will do in the end here. They can tank quite a few shots, so that's something. 2.5 range as well. But yeah, you need to stay clear on the demos. Demo relationships, a good call by Jonas here for sure. Asbach with another castle here now. Really doesn't want the ships to enter here. Good call to add the castle for sure, but will it go up though? I don't think so with the Italians' war galleys here. Yeah, just reach the range, just patrol in and make sure this castle doesn't go up. Patrol is the play here now, I think, to make sure that all the... Okay, the castle goes up. Never mind. And yeah, Horton's still in the castle age, otherwise he could make trebuchets if he's in the Imperial Age, but that has to be on Gesicht right now. The map split basically in half here. And Asbach now going for the stone walls. Really doesn't want to take any chances here. I guess they could even kind of team wall here. While Gesicht is expanding further out, finally. Really needs to expand with settling in the corner from the very beginning, as was the case here. Well, Jonas is just casually farming down here and keeps adding those demolition ships, which is going to... It's just a perfect response to the fire ships that Gesicht is committing to here. You do have some range for the fast fire ships, but it's the way to deal with big masses of ships. Send in a demo if they're cramped up like this, for example. Just a few Nomad, a few demolition ship hits could really change the numbers and the outcome of the game. 35-24. That's the current military count, and Resign105 with a slight eco lead here in terms of military numbers. We do have the second player of Houst reaching the Imperial Age though, with Jonas being the only one on Resign105. In Imp. So seems like a nice and even game here. It's going both ways. No clear winner here in terms of military and economy. We have definitely have an eco lead for Resign105 now, and the map split in half here, but the military situation is very similar. Except for the fact that I guess Gesicht has some better control with the castles here, but numbers are concerning. Cannon galleons entering the field, but they are more a naval siege unit than they are a means to deal with enemy ships. So this is this is going to hurt for Gesicht's armies here. All of these demolition ships from Jonas and Galleon is kicking in. Do we have heavy demo as well for Burmese? Doesn't look like it. There's still demolition ships. Not much happening to the north. This army of Horton has been idling out for a while. We have the Imperial Age, so you can start contesting this castle if you're Horton. Just add a couple of traps and use your war galleys to defend. They've been leaving Asbach alone for A little bit too long here now. It's managed to restabilize the economy and Resign105 establishing a villager lead as well. Burmese like heavy demo ship and fast fire ship. Yeah, makes sense. They're not famous for their naval capabilities, to say the least. Spanish though, Spanish cannon galleon with what is it? Extra damage, extra range. I never remember, but they have something for their cannon galleons. Tries to snipe a demo there. I like it. But Q6 really needs more military here. You can't really contest the galleons here, unless you have a significant mass of fast fire ships. More docks maybe could come in handy here for the Burmese player as well. We don't have a lot of them. You need production capabilities to keep up, and we'll mainly be seeing naval units here, since it is in fact a full water / hybrid terrain map. That cannon galleon is getting value though, I'll say that much. As Horton wants to drop another castle here to secure some gold and woods here. And we have this cannon galleons out for the Italians as well. So after the recent patch, you don't even need to research cannon galleon, you only need chemistry, and then you'll have access to it. So that's a big change for water-based maps. Asbach has made it to Imp as well, while Q6 is pushing here. Jonas actually doesn't have any army presence left here now, only one galleon, and so I guess the Spanish player has successfully been able to mass up the proper amounts of units here. Quite a few elite cannon galleons out now as well to make quick work of the docks and eventually the castles. As we see more castles popping up here. Yeah, this should be House's game, and we'll have a third game eventually, I think. So what's up on the top side? We have a significant amount of galleons here from Horton with cannon. Not elite, but cannon galleons behind here to push Asbach God, who is severely outnumbered here. 6 cannon galleons, 42 galleons against only 12 galleons for the Magyars playing Asbach God here. Yeah, I think that castle should be... Oh wait, the cannon galleons are kind of unprotected here, so the castle stays up for now. More cannon galleons entering the area though, with 4 of them left here, and still Horton massively outnumbering Asbach here, of course. Trev is out for Q6 here. That will probably die to demolition ships here. Depending on how Jonas disposes these ships here. Yeah, it goes down. 61 mil to 24, though there's very limited comeback potential for Resign105 at this point, with Asbach struggling most of the game against the pressure from the team host. Cannon galleons demolishing more and more buildings, town centers, production capabilities here, and the overall military situation doesn't seem salvageable for Resign105 here. Hey, the Cavalier on the way for Horton here. Interesting. Just some fancy Italians Cavalier raids to finish it off here. They have military domination, twice as many military units for Housed here over Resign105. And the lag, that's probably my capture each client Struggling with the mass of information to process here while running the game. Yeah, there's not much left of Jonas here in the red. Still making those demos, trying to diminish the numbers here, but Haust has twice the ability here now, and even how many demos? 17 demolition ships, at least in queue here. It shouldn't be enough to even this out. I mean, Q60 is losing numbers, but Aspakel still has, though Horton still has the edge over Aspakel to the north here, which might be the deciding factor in the end. Taking the green player's eco and military completely out here. Getting those upgrades for the Cavalier. We don't really have any Cavalier out yet, by the looks of it, but it's getting the upgrades here. Just to finish this on one off-wit style, there's even the Imperial Age upgrade for Cavalry. Yeah, there are a few stables up here. Jonas with a castle and some new docks going up here, going to try and reclaim some sorely needed resources here. But I'm looking at the builder count and the fact that Haust has also established a builder eco lead here now. That this is going towards the game 3. So much. It's Resign105. They've been cramped up in the corner here now. They're left with 25% of the map or so. Queuing. Queuing 37 Cavaliers, no less, here from the stables. Might have wanted to make more stables, but that could be fascinating if you see if you get to see some demolition ship hits on the Cavalier masses here, but this looks over to my eyes. There's still resources in the bank by far for Aspak got here. 34 on wood. Celt Paladins. Yes, exactly. That's the game changer. That's going to be a bit difficult in this matchup though, because for obvious reasons. Italian Paladins would be a good substitute, but they don't exist. Yeah, just look at the map presence here. There's less and less green and red on the map here, and because it just keeps pushing here. There's ships production from Jonas again here, but looking at the score, they're 3k score behind. And they're actually about to kind of match the military numbers again, but every time they lose the military numbers here, the eco situation is going to become an issue. And due to the cannon gallons breaking down buildings and everything as well, maybe taking out castles and whatnot, Jonas is getting housed here. And that's also going to impair the production significantly here. Galleons versus Galleons over here. Enter the Cavalier. They actually got to serve as a nice meat shield in between here, so Horton can get some nice shots in. So that might be the idea behind this. Look at these small horses among these huge ships, and they're actually horses killing ships here with their, I don't know, swords and hooves. 44 military to 76 populations. Total population is surprisingly little difference between them. 327 to 239. Jonas patiently stacking up on numbers here again. Actually needs more docks by the looks of the production. But if this castle goes down, I think it goes down because there's literally 10 elite cannon gallons here and no builders to repair. Maybe not. Yeah, the castle goes down, but Q6 right now left with only elite cannon galleons here, and they should be vulnerable to all these ships over here. They might go down. There's lots of wood and gold down the drain as well. But in the meantime, Horton is pushing nicely up to the north, dropping another castle, raiding with the Cavaliers. And slowly gaining ground here. 273 to 336. So given the similarity in the equal military here, that's probably why Resign105 holds on here and hope to recover somehow. But if you look at the division of the map here, castles, everything, they're basically just holding here. They can't push back. They're going to be starved of resources eventually, of wood, of gold, whatnot. I actually have ridiculous amounts of gold in the bank looking at it, but still. Magarussar! Is this an act of desperation for us, Scott, or is it actually an ingenious move to fight the ships up close? They don't really get to do much here. Maybe it's just beaming around with Horton going for the Cavalier. He wants to make some Magyar's cavalry as well. Traps to push here to try and push down that castle. Siege engineers is in as well, extra range. Enter the fast fire ships again, and Horton now joining in on the south side here. Yeah, look at these docks just melting to the fast fires and the cannon galleons. Do cannon galleons count as siege? Yeah, they probably do actually, so that could be the reasoning. It is essentially a bombard cannon on water, so why not? Look at that gold count, 9,000 gold for Jonas here. But they are down 100 total population here. Slightly down in military as well, 30 military down. And I'm guessing the halbs are against ships here to exploit that bonus damage that pointy boys have against ships. Or just a means to use remaining resources here, food and wood, to produce literally anything, but this game certainly looks like it's coming to an end here. Both players adding siege workshops here. What's this? What's that? Heavy demo? Heavy demos from Q6 here. Spanish heavy demolition ships here. That's something that Burmese apparently don't get. And you just hit the villagers, come on. Give me a juicy villager demolition ship shot. We're just floating around. Kill! Go kill! Somehow Aspakot has fought off Horton in the north. Horton mainly making cavaliers now. That's probably not sustainable against massed amounts of ships. But with Q6 and the heavy demos, even masses like this shouldn't be too big of a deal. Heavy Tato ship indeed. But not being played Tato style. Ooh. So hesitant. Just go to the woodline, get some. Ah, there we go. Yes, yes. Go here! Come on! Yeah, they're probably hunting the big masses up north here. Condotieros being added by Horton here. So, kind of abandoning the naval idea here now, making condotieros, no more galleons, just cavaliers and condotieros. 80-ish population apart here in the game, or at least the spectating is a lag fest here. But there's also lots of stuff going on, so that's good. Explains some of it. What are those? Those are fast fire ships. Effectively taking Jonas out of the game here with 53, 10. Yeah, house more than 100 population ahead of Resign105 now. The eco situation 100 behind, 30 builders ahead as well, and enter another wave of fast fire ships here. Would this become an issue by the looks of it for Q6 here, but that could be due to huge production as well. 12 elite cannon galleons out. Looks like Q6 is playing the Navy card here, while Horton is just being the bait here, allowing Q6 with the massive armies to finish off whatever is left down here. So galleons and traps definitely doing work up here, but with all of the army in the front for Aspakot, the eco, whatever is left of that at home, is rendered very vulnerable here to the forward of Q6 here. Twice the military size for housed here, and that's mainly Q6's responsibility here with 15 cannon guns and 47 fast fire ships. Cavalier raids. No demo ships to stop them. This castle might go up for Aspakot here, who keeps a decent score here. But look at the 5k score lead for House here, and more castles going up. 2 castles going up over here for Orton to limit the galleons expansion of Aspakot here. What are we looking at here? 91 to 37 military, 236 to 56 villagers. Is this the famous just one last fight before we call it kind of play here? Let's see for the scouting of Resign105 and see that they probably have some idea about the castles around everywhere. I mean, this isn't winnable for Resign105. Just look at the populations here. 12 pop for Jonas here. And yeah, still some units left for Aspakot. Now pulling them back to take one last fight, I guess, but this is over. It's been over for 20 minutes or so. And we'll most definitely be getting a game 3 here. GG is called. House gets the point. And we're going to see a third game on Resign105's map of choice, where it's Hidden Sim free pick. $414 to 171, that's some massive value there. I use the same algorithm when deciding whether to resign or not as the AI does. Yes, sounds plausible. Almost 100,000 resource collected. So Jonas with a solid boom as well. Also great economy, great hold, great defense as well. Just not enough to sway the game in Resign105's favor here on Water Nomad. Alright, I'm just gonna restart Capture H for safety here and then get to the decider game. So gate 3. Coming up. I will need to fix the names as well. That's it, isn't it? And it's land Nomad. Nice. Okay. So this is Resign105's map pick of choice. No villager fighting allowed before 5 minutes, by the way, so they'll just pass each other. No harm done here. We have the TCs going up for the Mongols and Lithuanians here. These guys aren't joking around, they're picking really strong civs here. And Ethiopians and Turks for Q6 and Horton. That is puzzling to me. I guess Turks with the instant light cavalry and hussar, that could be some of the reasoning here. Strong cavalry archers as well. But Ethiopians just strikes me as too slow of a civ to go for here. And Horton, you need the town center to border directly to the resources, and at the absolute best, just on almost any land or nomad style map, except for maybe African clearing and these with the ponds. You want your TC to border a wood line. You want to secure the wood, so you have the wood secure for farms and production buildings later on, and at the very least border the gold. Just to, yeah, I'm really harassing this TC spot now, but it's just so going to be so long for the builders to walk in every direction, unless Horton here placed it seeing those few trees and consider that to be a woodland. That could be the case, so let's not judge them too harshly. Q6 here with the TC on a woodline here with the Turks. Nice food source quite close here, and Horton actually about to find some sheep here to scout. Woodline, exactly. 5 trees. But looking at the civs here, though, we have Mongols for the Verlicht and Aspak go to the Lithuanians. Lithuanians start with plus 150 food, already a good bonus for Nomad start maps. And they both should be able to get up to the feudal age before Turks and Ethiopians here that don't have any direct dark age bonus, and just completely overrun them with scouts. I think that's a scenario we might see here. They place their TCs closely together though, both teams, so they're kind of collected on each side of the map, so there's definitely some potential for expansion for either team here. While fast forwarding a bit, let's have a look at the scoutings of the players, using sheep here, of course, or geese in this case. And Horton with a limited amount, no sheep here count by the looks of it. Maybe he gave it away to Q6 here. We should toggle the idle TC timer here actually, because that's going to be significant here for the progression. I'm guessing Verlicht did get the loom early because he's behind one villager here, but look at the situation already with these eco-mode civs as opposed to non-Dark Age eco-mode civs. It's a 5 villagers lead for Resign105 here, and that's even with Verlier nicht gern's early loom here. Yeah, solid villager lead already. I think they may even have found the enemy locations here, but you see Q6 walling off a bit here. Kind of afraid of the scouts, and Horton walling out his teammate. Yeah, a fairly easy wall off here towards the edge. Lithuanians low-key best save here. Yeah, I absolutely agree on Lithuanians for this. Double stables, no less, for the Mongols here. And now let's slow it down a bit because we're in the feudal age and we're about to see some action here. 19 pop feudal age for Q6 here with Turks. Also going for the stables and some long distance hunting here. But Verlier nicht gern here with successfully producing out of both stables here. Could spread them out a bit more, but now already with 3 scouts out, 4 military to 0 for Resign105 with Horton on the way up to the village. And able to wall off completely here before the scouts can enter. So that's something at least. Green quantity, blue quality. Sounds about right. They're both going for scouts, a play that I absolutely approve of here. Not sure why Horton has decided to wall out his teammate, but their choice for sure. And scouts now running out. Ooh, they found a house here, so they think that red might be down here. Little did they know that the opponents are up in the north. So military and villager production can cost housedness. So we have housed getting housed here at 23 villagers. And the overall situation here, 57 to 51. Aspakot isn't even going for any feudal age army here. He's going straight for the castle age. So Verlier nicht gern is confused here, but now thinks that, oh, they have to be close. There's a house over here. But no, they're up here. That early castle age is going to be huge, though. It means that Aspakot is going to have knights long before Kyrgyz, or Ethiopians for that matter, Horton, could make any camels to defend. Ethiopians have instant pikes, so that comes in handy as well. Maybe it's just scouting for relics. That's a fair point as well, actually. When we have Lithuanians on team, you definitely want to locate the relics. And there's one right here, so first relic should be easily obtainable. Though investing into 5 scouts without getting any real damage out of them, that's obviously not ideal. But here we go. Is gonna find the Turks player now soon, I think. Alright, New Mexico is here around. Finally, Verlier nicht gern will find the goal over here. There we go, that's gonna be some villagers down for Kyrgyz here. 27-34. Down goes 1, 2. I'm guessing 3 villagers here, maybe more. Oh, keep the gate, keep it open. Yeah, that's fine, okay. So 3 villagers successfully killed by Korean here, diminishing the Turks' villager count to 24. That's some nasty early damage done already. And this guy is just standing still, pretending to be a statue so that the scouts won't attack him. Smart move. Smart move, Joe. Just passing indeed. That's why we patrol, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that these kinds of stray units get hit. First scout doing some work as well, but we can see that Verlier nicht gern has a spearman out here and weakening most of these scouts. Essentially going to take them out probably before the Turks player can get castle age and get that instant light cap. Yeah, TC is gonna help as well. Rip scouts. And now we have Aspakot here with the knights out. 4 knights out. No relics just yet for Aspakot, but still knights on the field already huge here. +1 defense. Enter Horton with the Ethiopians archers behind the walls here, but then just back off with the cavalry and don't risk losing units to feudal age archers, unless you're able to break through here in time, of course. And definitely the knights need to hit the gate there, not the scouts. Horton moving out, no. That was a misclick. I think he did not intend to move out there, because yeah, you don't want to fight knights with feudal age archers, even if you have the faster firing Ethiopian ones. Big issue for House here now though is that the map control granted by the cavalry, the mobility of the knights and the scouts here of Resign105 is that Housed won't be able to easily expand here. There's actually an opening to the side here, which, funnily enough, Verli nicht Gern has scouted, but not making use of. But they already have the map control. They have a tech lead with 2 players now in the cast stage. And the Turks player is in the cast stage as well, but with no significant equal to make, for example, camels. That would be the counter unit to cavalry play like this. Knights numbers increasing. We have 11 knights now out for Resign105, or Asbach Got rather. Well, let's see the Mongols player. Is he going? Oh, he's going Cavalry Archers. Beautiful. Mongols Cavalry Archers, they fire faster. And playing into that mobility when you already have the upgrades, or the potential for the Bloodlines and Husbandry upgrades from your double sables, that's just a nice addition here. I think this is going to be kind of a steamroll for Resign105 here by the looks of it. Cast Ledge on the way for Horton as well. That's going to unlock the instant pikes for the Ethiopians wherever the pointy boys are, but they're not here. Let's see if we can find those relics. 2 relics for blue. So already +2 extra attack for the knights as well. Just casually entering here and gonna get more villager kills. I guess the Eco KD stats are significant here. 7-2 for green and 3-0 for blue. Horton is up, but only with 14 archers to benefit from crossbow. And you most definitely want to get Bodkin Arrow as well. Thumbering is nice against cavalry play, but without Bodkin Arrow, your archers deal much less damage against knights than they would with that upgrade. This looks really rough for example. Ooh, TC wall. 23 military to 15. And finally the +2 armor for Asbach Got's knights as well. 15 knights to 14 crossbow. Guess who wins? Unless you have the micro of a lifetime here. That's gonna be the knights. Panic TC going up. +2 defense just about to kick in. So with the +2 in, yeah, Asbach is mainly chasing villagers here. Not producing military anymore. We have the Mongols player going for the cavalry archers here, but the damage has been done. Just look at the eco here already. 93 to 61. This is some solid home map playing for Resign105 here. Crossbow chasing, 18 to 9, yeah, maybe. They do fire faster being Ethiopians here, so could be viable, but then again, Asbach Got has extra attack for the knights being Lithuanians here. Lithuanian team intensifies. Yeah, they're running away. Probably waiting for reinforcements here. More knights joining in. You want to keep that opening. You want to keep that open though, but enter the Mongols cavalry archers as well. Looks like ballistics is in. And yeah, that palisade gates is gonna crumble. Palisade gates don't have armor, so whoop, in to hit the Turks again, because Turks have the mobility in the camels here to deal with cavalry play like this. $38 military to 24 double range. Consistent production here from Horton, which helps out a bit on 3 shooting lights here by the looks of it. Now I think Aspakot should chase these numbers. Don't leave Ferlin here alone with the crossbows. Stay together, just focus down this army, and suddenly there's no military left at all for House tier. Yeah, let's try to go for the crossbows. Just clean up the numbers. That shouldn't be an issue here with the cavalry archers firing from behind as well. Nice little trap attempt there by Gesicht, but this game definitely going to go into Resign105's hands. They have massive military domination here. They have cramped their opponents up in the corners and extending their economy on their side in the meantime. And yeah, some attempts of relocation here for Q6, but the fact remains that with this kind of mobility and map control, you're just going to lose more and more, and it's going to take you incredible effort and some luck to get back into it. We have a castle going up for the Mongols player as well, suggesting we might see Mangutai in not too long here. And just for fun, let's see. Yeah, still only 2 relics for the Lithuanians, but that's still +2 more attack than you would have otherwise. This game is going to go long enough to get to mine that. In fact, the castle might not even be up before it's open. This is a classic sign of confidence here. One villager constructing a castle. That's right, woman. Get that castle up. Alright, +4 attack knights, +5 in fact. Means we have 3 relics for the Lithuanians by now. Full map control, complete domination for Resign105 here. And yeah, more knights entering the field, going to make it easier to take out production capabilities and stop House from getting any army on the field at all. They're left with basically only villagers here, 49 villagers, 100 villagers less than Resign105, and also 44 military less. So again, we've reached a point where it's almost tempting to type out the 105 taunt in chat. House needs the 105. Yeah, oh yes, for sure. What do we call? We're fighting to the point of defeat here. 18 builders for Q6, 29 for Porton. Another TC going up, pretty desperate reboom attempt here. But you need military, you need economy, you need everything here to hold off and get back here. And if you want to relocate and reboom, do it further away, to put it that way. And still with the mobility of Resign105 at work here. That's not going to be easy. They literally have all the map covered here, and if you look at Porton and Q6 scouting here, they barely even know where their enemies are, because they haven't really visited that base since the early scouts rushes. That ends with a 2-1 for Resign105. GG, well played. Quick look at the stats, and we'll go on to the next division.